Now on to Division 4, and this is Otisco. It is a map designed by Tech Chariot, my friend and rival. We've had a couple of encounters in show matches as well. So they wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay, the thing about Otisco, you start with an ox cart and a Chanbardai as your scout. He's got a little bit of... Wait, he can't actually attack, can he? Yeah, so he's a scout, and the ox wagon, you need to delete that in order to spawn villagers. So NVO actually settling on the berries and the wood here. So that's going to boost the early villager production, of course, while the others are settling closer, in general, to the water over here, because there's ridiculous amounts of fish to be taken here. So, and it looks like one of them wants to settle in the middle here as well. Yeah, I think they're discussing the abilities of the starting scout. Look how quickly Am I fast forwarding or something, or does it actually move that quickly? Yeah, anyway, looking for a place to settle here. Rough start for Pyro. Rough start for Pyro. Maybe they didn't check out the map in advance here. However, Plebuchets, they've done their homework. Placing PTs fairly close to... Oh, wait. Stealther has settled in the corner, actually. So far, wait, Stealther is setting up for the free boom in the back here. But is also going to need to get past a whole lot of rabid wolves to be able to assist his teammates. So the docks are up for Plebuchets, at least 2 of them. It's going to take Stealth for us a while to get to that. But yeah, lots of deep fish here. That's not going to be contested anytime soon by Stratioti, except for maybe Lord Pedrit, with the Persians here having the faster working docks starting in the feudal age. With that in mind, Stratioti have picked somewhat, to some extent, some classic nomad cities here. Persians, faster working docks and town centers, gives for a great boom, and also fully upgraded knights and paladins and heavy camels. NBO with the Spanish is usually indicative of conquistadors. There are some stone patches here with 800 stone. It looks like small resources, but it is more gold and more stone in each of these. 1600 gold, 800 stone, etc. So you'll be able to make your castles and conquistadors, but NDO so far away, this could also make for a very great boom though for NDO over here. And Pyro with the Mayans settling right next to the right next to the herdables here. Yeah, short distance to the big woodland over here shouldn't be a huge issue here. With the wood access is also next to the DC, but the overall eco situation here is well ahead for Plebuchets. They already have more villagers, they have more fish. They have a whooping 8 eco units lead at minute 6, which is huge. Meanwhile, Stealther is already seeding farms because the food access isn't too great here. There's some berries to be taken. There's a bit of extra berries on the forage bushes actually. So it's like 700 food on those. And some hunt that can be taken. And to be fair, since we are the poles here for Stealthers, you also get a quick food boost once you complete seeding your farms. What I was going to say, it's Pyro with the Mayans. That usually means castles and unique unit as well on these nomad start maps. with the plumed archers, essentially sort of a Mayan's equivalent of cavalry archer. It moves really quickly, the foot archer. It's more fragile than the cav archers, of course, but quite annoying unit to deal with. So still for us here with the poles. It's a means to conserve the gold. To play poles on maps like this, you also have regenerating villagers, which can be very handy on nomad start maps. And with the unique technology of the poles, the Schlachta privileges, you get to produce the knights, lion knights and cavaliers at a 60% gold discount. So we could see some cavalry spam late game here. Maldians for Danielite. Maldians have a wood discount for all buildings, so it's easier to get your fish boom running. You could, in fact, you could place your TC and a dock and still afford a house and a fishing ship as the Maldians. So that's why the Maldians are way ahead in the eco development here as well. Danielite has a much easier way to get to the food income and get started here. Applejack with the Dravidians. So assuming Applejack wants to take some make some naval efforts here. Dravidians get a unique ship in the Imperial Age to handle galleys. It's called the Prishadai. But arguably they're stronger in the earlier game of naval maps because they are granted 200 wood instantly upon reaching the next age. So you could either already have your 2 docks up and easily afford your first few ships, or you could use that 200 wood to place another dock in the feudal age and go triple docks without it taking too much of a drain on your economy, for example. Alright, so let's see what's up here. Pyro, late with the TC. Could be a misunderstanding with the Ox card as well, but that's been mentioned in the handbook, so shouldn't be any misunderstandings there. But the Mayans, so far behind in the economy, that's not something you see every day, and the only player fishing is Lord Petrit, so this already sets Stratioti behind quite a bit for the early game. As you can see, the only player actually going up here for Stratioti is NVO. Yeah, they definitely don't know the map. They haven't been checking this map in advance. The gold patches are 1600 gold. So it looks like it's gold, but in fact it's not really that bad. Daniel White in the feudal age, pretty late feudal age, would be signifying a straight fast castle approach here. The naval situation not really the issue. We'll see if Lord Petrit can take the fight here. I don't think so, because Applejack is already making the galleys here and should have a massive head start to the massing of naval armies. Here we are, players approaching the feudal age straight for the castle age for the Malians, and relying on Applejack to win the water here. As you can see, the fish is becoming slightly more inefficient as well with the travel distances, but that just means you'll need to redock and get the economy rolling better again. 9 and 8 fish, massive eco lead for Plebuchets, 10 builders, or eco units total. And that's going to increase because Applejack's first few galleys are taking out the fishing income of Lord Petrit as well, who will possibly need to invest into farms soon, losing the fish here. It's 2 docks and the Persian docks, at least they work faster, but the Dravidians player has 3 docks out already, so shouldn't really be an issue for Applejack to keep up here. What's going on over here? It's just a scout. Yeah, so that's suspected that the Dravidians assume they will control here, and thus so just fine on their own, and they'll also discover Plebuchets to their delight that there's only the yellow player docking here for Stratioti, which gives Plebuchets a huge lead. Admittedly, Stealthorus didn't dock, but with the poles and the folwarks, shouldn't really be an issue. I think they're laughing at the fact that that Hero just reached the feud late at 19 minutes. That's a rough start for the Mayans. Or maybe, oh, it's the neutral. It's the neutral monks. There's a prior tucked down here, like a neutral unit. Actually, it's ridiculous range. 9 plus 15 range for Daniel Whitebeard. So I guess for Otisco, you don't want to settle too close to the south area here, even for the relics. That could be the idea as well, to collect the relics for gold income here for Stratiotis. Whoa. That's ridiculous range on that guy. One prior tuck on either side. It's converting villagers from a 24 range distance. Okay, this is hilarious. Still, for us, we'll actually need to move further away. And loses a villager to Gaia as well. Wow. Oh. Yeah, I don't think a Scout Cav is going to help you all that much against these Friar Tucks. They have 60 HP, but ridiculous range. Now back to the top side. The naval side has been completely won by Plebuchets here. Not really much to say about that. Daniel White extending the economy on land as well. Pirro with the first few archers out here. Oh, that's right, I think you could just... I think this is shallow, so you could just walk right across here. So anywhere you can really just walk on the water here. So it's fairly easy to get over. Ooh, gets to deny that TC actually. So good aggression of Pirro here if this TC gets denied. Two late archers potentially denying one TC of the Malians here. Wow! Yeah, that TC gets denied. That's 4 villagers down for Pirro. And catching Daniel White off guard there. Down it goes. Oh, no loom! That's why! No loom! Oh, gotta get loom, guys. Don't be too overconfident here. Whoa. Applejack making use of the Dravidian's wood bonus here to go into a triple TCs here and even starting a little bit of trade, but look at the trade movement! And that's also one of... it's moved slower, that's Tech Chariot's tweak to this map because he wants it to be a contest for Relic and the actual map control. So trade is moving slower and is also yielding less gold on Otisco. You know what would improve this map? Having the AI write 14 after the first two conversions. Well, the Malian's cavalry is out. It's at least one stable here for Daniomite. Daniomite has lost... No. Daniomite has lost a lot of eco here. Has it lost ships? Or... How did they lose so many villagers? I mean, to be fair, still no loom for Daniomite, so that could be an explanation. But somehow still at a decent economic point here compared to the opposing team. Yeah, I think Applejack thinks that these gold mines are much slower than they in fact are, because really investing into trade this early, trading to where, I don't know. I need to see if I can find the port market. Yeah, it's in the corner. That could be the reason for Stelparis settling in that particular corner of the map, actually. I think someone has been trying to pass through here and not having much luck against the rabid wolves. Plebuchets going into camels here to defend against the Malians. The economy of the Persians versus the Malians here is actually quite similar. Uh-oh. These will get converted if they move to the too close to the fire ducts down south. I mean, Plebuchets had such a great start. They still have a matching economy to Stratioti, but Stratioti are stabilizing. We have a 4 TC boom for the Spanish here, so no conquistadors, just a full-on boom and going Imperial Age. Looks like it might be the Paladins here because Bloodlines is coming in. And Daniomite gets further town centers denied. Daniomite, get loom! Please! And this river is just asking for demolition ships. And here I thought this was going to be a steam world for Plebuchets, but they're actually falling behind a bit here again. They're actually slightly behind the builders. No, not yet. Actually, but yeah. Builder numbers comparable. Military numbers comparable. This is evening out to a somewhat even match between the two. +2 finally coming in for Daniomite as well. Please, oh please get loom. Daniomite. I'm gonna keep checking for that until it comes in. Pyro, second TC just now, still mining gold, going for the crossbows for the time being. And then you might attempting a little bit right. Oh, it's going for the wolf push. Oh. Oh, this could be so. Oh no! Let them follow. Bring them in. No! I wanted to see the wolf rush. Oh well. At least getting some scouting intel here to confirm. He's going to go back to pick up the wolves now. Uh-oh. Yikes, that hurts a bit for Orange here. Orange, however, in the Imperial Age now getting plate barding armor and Cavalier. And even with the wolves attacking here, won't be losing too much. Okay, this has to be an intentional wolf search, right? Ah, maybe not. Good thing the Knights have plate barding armor soon, because at least the wolves will struggle. And you could even use the scout to heal up here, so they've also discovered this mechanic, the Stratioti, either by accident or intentionally here. Okay. Stealth for us, trying to claim the middle here for a bit. Why is the guy a light cab? Oh, it's gray. It's it's Daniel White's light cab maybe. That was confusing. That's why we changed the colors. So naval control coming in handy again for Plebuchets here. Now they've actually, with their eco extension on land, they've managed to get back on top in terms of economy here. They're slightly behind in military now, but that shouldn't matter too much considering their position on the map, and they still have access to all this deep fish and potential fish traps later on as well. Looks like Daniel White is going to go into some kind of infantry here at least. Could be the Malians' so-called champ scouts, because the Malians' infantry have extra pierce armor. Even if you go into the pikemen here as the Malians in the castle age, that should be decent. They have 2 more pierce armor than your generic pikemen, so they'll be able to withstand crossbow fire to a larger extent. Oh, bring some demolition ships. Come on! Stealth for us with the 3 pulse boom here. 99, 100 villagers. And going to commence that cavalry spam maybe. Do we have stone for a castle for stealth for us? We do indeed. And would you look at that, the Cavalier are slaying the naval armies. Fire ships trying to fight Cavalier. Again, imagine demolition ships here though. A demolition hit on these Cavalier and they're goners after 2 or 3 demolition shots. Great cleanup there by NDO. Stratioti managing to claim a massive military lead here now. So if they are able to push back here now, we'll be looking at some serious pressure from Stratioti here, and water control doesn't matter nearly as much anymore. I'm sure Plebuchets are expecting more return from the trade efforts here, since... oh, 43 trade cars, oh no! Oh... It's just not going to return nearly enough gold to be worth it here. And the slow movement speed as well makes it easier to raid. Are we going to see Paladin soon here from NBO? NBO at 72 Cavaliers now. And not too far off from being able to afford Paladin. That's some massive display of military. More Cavalier out on the field than the collected Plebuchets armies. Do you have loom now? Yeah, they know my path loom. Finally. That feeling when you forget you have loom. Great aggression by Stratioti here now. The Mines player is going Imperial Age as well. The Pyrrho with the worst start is able to catch up. Hey, Crazy Joe in the chat. Hello. This is my 3v3 league. Currently the Division 4. So... And then a custom map made by Tech Chariot, a name I think you're familiar with as well. Another streamer and map scripter. Yeah, just sheer mass of Cavalier here for NBO could be enough to close this game out. The trade cards are moving slowly. That's Tech Chariot's nerf to this map on his own. He doesn't like the late game gold income from trade, especially for community games, which is what this map admittedly may have been designed for as well. But it's certainly suitable for 3v3. It's an interesting hybrid style map that's seen some play in the league already, so that's fun. Paladin just 5 seconds away now. which means that the Poles Cavalier, even if you produce them at a quick rate for stealth force as well, and at the gold discount, the Paladins are still stronger. They have better upgrades. Paladins have full cavalry upgrades. Poles are missing the last armor, which hurts a lot when you also don't have access to Paladin. But of course they can't get access to Paladin when they have that 60% gold discount with the unique technology. Big glorious fight in the middle here. The Spanish bringing in some siege trams as well, so really assuming some middle map control here to push back Plebuchets here. Stratioti up to struggle to start, but seem to be stronger players in the late game here. And maybe the emphasis on water hurt Plebuchets more than it gained them in the long run here. They still have that fish food income, but that's becoming more and more inefficient. There's some neutral tiles of resources in the top area here as well, so it certainly promotes naval control. But with the pressure that Stratioti are applying here, I think it's going to be really rough for Plebuchets to push back and take the game back into their hands. They're up against, simply up against much stronger late game land civilizations here. Dravidians, they don't really have all that much to offer. Maybe they don't have cavalry, of course, but maybe they could go. I mean, they would go elephant archers in that case, but elephant archers are slow and tanky. That's not really the play against mats, paladins, and whatever other units are coming into the field here. Mines making the arbalest as well. They're going to claim the middle. They've dealt with the friar trucks as well, and that's going to provide a lot of passive gold income here for Pierro claiming the relics eventually here. Probably that's probably wise. Yeah, he's dropping a monastery right next to the Gaia buildings here. Yeah, still producing the Paladins here. 7 stables, Paladins production. Lord Petrit with the Persians also approaching the Imperial Age here. You could even see double Paladins at this point, because Lord Petrit is also massing the Knights here. The only base more or less intact here is Stealth versus base, and that Pole's cavalry spam is going to go in for the raids now. Should be able to pass right over the shallows here. Could maybe turn things around a little bit, but the fact remains that Daniel White is left with only... Where's that overview? Just lost basically all of the economy here, the Malians player. Daniel White at 11 builders, at the brink of defeat here. 11 builders, no military. I can barely even see Grey on the map anymore. Yeah. Did manage to no, that's just a market. It's good to say didn't manage to relocate. Is Daniel White almost out of builders here? Got some lumberjacks, that's about it. At least they're hard to find when they're grey. But then you can just toggle team colors, of course. Now a bit of raiding efforts from Stealth are us here. Cavalier on the way for the Persians player as well. NVO arguably MVP here with the Paladin raids, and 113 to 16 KD here, pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that Paladin spam isn't going to stop anytime soon. Are we still mining gold here? Yeah, there's still gold mines to take. There's 1800 gold or something in each of these piles. 1600. So, not really in need of trade just yet. Oh, of course, the Dravidians can go for the armlist. Didn't think about that, so Applejack has been able to mat a decent chunk of units here at pretty healthy population, but there's still Paladins and Siege Rams out on the field, so Arbalest alone might just not be enough here to turn the game around. Looks like the raiding efforts of Stealthers is coming to a halt as well. But look at that spam. 11 Sables pumping out the Cavaliers. The Poles hanging in there and trying to take the game back through raiding here. Looks like a sick map. It is a sick map. It's an interesting one. For sure. The paladins on counting, more rangers coming up for Applejack here, but the base is about to be breached here for Applejack as well. The trade is, what's the trade situation even? It's 26 trade units now, but as you can see the movement rate is not ideal. It's pretty easy for the cavalry to catch up here to stop that trade. Castle's going down in the middle as well. Pyro will maybe prep down this castle to get some more raids in on Stelparas as well. But Stratioti, they're with massive population lead here now, twice the total population of their opponents. They should not be able to lose this game from this point onwards. The caravan might actually be in Shakuni, but Tech Chariot has incorporated a 50% slower trade carts movement to nerf trade on this map as well, because he wants it to be a fight for the neutral resources. They will corner relics like this. There's 10-12 relics down south as well. And he decided with community games in mind, so he was tired of players just trading and having infinite gold. So he doesn't want infinite gold basically. So even with Caravan, if it is even in, is that an ecotech maybe? Yeah, see, they did get Caravan, but the movement rate of the trading cards is just still so slow. Alright, let's have a look at the scores and go to game 2 after showing Stratioti winning the first one here. Ridiculous KD for MBO here, 580 kills. Did admittedly have a slow start, but got the free boom far over at the left hand side. So not Spanish conquistadors at all, but Spanish paladins, 58 racings, so took out quite a few buildings as well. Probably with the sea tramps, best economy of all. No, exactly. That speed, they're not viable at all, the trade cards on this map. And there's lots of, each gold tile has, well, that's stone, but each gold tile has 1600 gold as well, so it's going to last you for quite a while. Alright. The second game, last cast of the day, this session, is going to be on... Okay, it's Arenaception again. From Terra Nova Duo's map pack. Let's just dive into it. Give Applejack the orange here to more easily distinguish the colors. Wait, hold on. And we're gonna give Joey the... red, maybe? Oh. And then let's do... blue, green... Gray is fine, I think. I got the colors sorted now, yeah. This is Arenaception. As you can see, it's sort of a different take on arena. The fortresses where there's usually been woods behind on your go-to arena map, it's actually open. So unless you wall your sides, you risk getting attacked from behind, which is a fascinating take on things here. Could see some sneak attacks from the back, Black Forest style here. But let's just have a look at the civilizations here, starting with the pocket of Stratioti. Lord Petrit with the Cumans. A civilization most likely to go for a fast feudal age into 2 town centers, being the only civilization that can construct an additional town center in the feudal age. That's not to say you can't go fast castle or do other shenanigans. Feudal humans have capped ramps in the castle age, for example, so they could help out a forward push like that. Or you could even play a feudal age siege workshop and battering rams together with a teammate playing infantry units to boost your ram movement and attack speed. Right hand side we have Pirro here with the Vikings. What's with Vikings and these arena maps? They're not really a great arena sim. They have a great boom, obviously. They get wheelbarrow and handcart instantly, but aside from that, they don't really have any great options aside from the equally upgraded Armblast and maybe the Berserkers come the early, late Imperial Age game. But yeah, Vikings it is. And left hand side we have NVO with the Malay. Malay go up through the ages 66% more quickly. So that makes for potential fast Imperial Age plays. And or just play a fast feudal age, get your eco upgrades early and have a great economy moving on. Okay, as far as Plebuchets go, let's have a look at their sims as well. Against the Malay here, we have Joy Pura Vida playing as the Vietnamese. Sim bonus, revealing the TC location and civilizations of the others. And Rattan Archers could be coming into play. Vikings get the 6-3 TC build per arena TG. Yeah, they do get a fantastic boom. That's true. But they need to be allowed to have that boom. Now in the pocket we have Applejack with the Teutons. Pretty frequent arena pocket pick because Teutons lacking the speed and mobility with their otherwise strong cavalry don't suffer so much from that on arena, which is why they're good pick. They also have fantastic siege options with the ironclad, extra armor on siege weapons, farms at 40% discount giving a good boom. And finally, Daniel White with the Mongols here. Mongols versus Vikings. I mean, Mongols can pull off a really... Since they collect the food from Hunt 40% faster, they can pull off a really fast castle age. You could go for a castle drop and apply pressure with Mangudai, for example. But also, since they can go quickly through the ages, Mongols should also have a quick castle age and potential boom before getting into their late game strengths, which is fully upgraded Mangudai and drill siege weapons. Now with that out of the way, I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because I don't think we're going to see any significant aggression until at least the castle age here on Arenaception. I wonder what kind of language that is actually. Village is in for the Malay, so we're gonna get the eco upgrades. Humans, 22 pop here, so a bit later than you'll often see on Arena, but it's still going to go and be that second TC play. It's still early compared to many of the others. Going to give the humans a good head start to the boom and the economy. In the meantime, the sides are being walled off here. Blacksmith forming part of the wall for Pirro as well. Not going too crazy with the walls here. I mean, if you wall out here instead for Pirro, you get to secure this gold nicely as well, but probably not that big of a deal considering you have gold inside of your base as well. Alright, castle ages are in, so now we need to See what's up here. Straight second easy for the Mongols, but on the stones, also suggesting that the castles and Mangodai will be entering the field eventually here. No harming in extending your economy a little bit early on, of course. Students Pocket also placing a second and third TC here. Very common for the arena pockets to get a bit of a boom going and then dive in later to save the day. Stone walls going up on the side here, so Pyro essentially making this more of a traditional arena here, not going to allow Applejack to easily break through here and cause mischief from the backside. That's not happening on the other side though, so NDO might be subject to some sneaky aggression from the top side of the Vietnamese here. I doubt it, as also Joey Pura Vida is walling off the side here. Triple TCs for the Malay as well, has had the eco upgrades for quite a while. Baosaw is in. And someone says fast imp. Yeah, it's Gray has scouted the University of Red, so assuming it's a fast Imperial Age play by the Vietnamese here, but I don't think so. Joy Pura Vida is with nowhere near the food and gold needed to go Imperial Age just yet. Are they all just gonna boom here and not do anything? Feudal boom still at large for the Cumans, but 50 villagers, so well ahead the economy of Stratioti here because of that earlier TC of the Cumans. Stable coming up as well to bring some mobility to the playing field. 3 TCs for the Vikings as well. Also on stone here, defensive castle should be going up here somewhere, even double walls. A little bit scary, scared of the Mongols castle drop, maybe? Fast cattle university drop, yes. Fast cattle into quick masonry, maybe? No, not really. Nice. Oh, wait, who's making monks? Oh, that's a good start! Right on the gate. Most exciting thing happening for now is basically the scouts war in the middle here. Pirro joining in there. That should be the end of Applejack's scout here. Getting double teamed by both the green and blue scout here. Defensive castle going up for the Vietnamese, and that villager is going to be trapped, but he can just garrison the castle. Get out! There we go. Mine. My relic. Alright, so as if 2 TCs weren't enough, Lord Petrit is going to be going to an additional 2 for the Cumans here, really doubling up on the eco efforts here, and there's not much fighting going on, so why not just keep that equal... Wait, not keeping actually, the Teutons is at 61 villagers to 60 of the Cumans, so I take that back. But with the 4 TCs, at least they should be on par with each other. Puro with the 4th TC with the Vikings as well. Such boomers! Joy Pura Vida is the only one going 1 TC here and is not even making any aggression with it. So this is but Rattan Archers in production. Maybe wants to put hard in with the Rattan Archers and try and raid the Malay here. And funnily enough, you could... Even if the front side is house snap and everything, NDO didn't wall the backside here, so you could actually break into the back, even castle drop the backside here and deny all of the gold of the Malay player. Actually, if you castle drop here in the back, if you're allowed to do that somehow, since Grey didn't wall, then you could deny lots of all of the not all of the gold. There's gold over here as well, but 2 huge gold patches here, 2.5 technically. Well, I guess we're looking at an Imperial Age game here. 50 for Teutons, such boomer boys. Plebuchets, however, they're behind by about 20, 30 villagers here, given the massive eco investment of Stratioti here, and they are getting away with the boom as well. I was expecting some Mongols, castle, Mangudai aggression here. Admittedly, there's a weak spot here to break through. If you break this blacksmiths, you're free to move in, but there's virtually no military here. The only player making military essentially is Joey Puravida, and Joey isn't really doing too much for the time being. I feel like Plebuchets have a stronger Imperial Age game. Here we have the Mongols, drill siege potential, elite Mangudai, and Vietnamese Rattan archers against Vikings arms maybe, and for that matter the Berserkers. But then we have Lord Petrit with the faster Paladins and the Teutons, stronger but lacking in speed, so humans can usually always avoiding the fights. Silas RH, hello, doing alright, thank you, thanks for asking. Last cast of the day for now, just a short session today. And then, yeah, I'll be back with more, hopefully on a frequent basis. So I failed to acknowledge that the Malay are in the Imperial Age now, making the crossbows and the bombard cannon, establishing already with a solid eco lead over Joey Puravida here, and going to start contesting that forward castle. Now, finally some aggression coming their way here. Where's the Arbalest upgrade though? We are in the Imperial Age. There it is, it's on the way. Bracer is in, arguably more important. But let's see how the Rattans hold up here. They are Castle Age units fighting Imperial Age units though, and there's 2 bomber cannons out now to further punish the Rattan Archer investment. Oh, don't get too close to the castle! South side here. Mangudai finally in production for Daniomite here. Imperial Age also just half a minute away, which means that Trebuchets could enter the field from this area. I like the backside approach here actually from the Mongols, because it's more narrow. You could find or create choke points for your Mangudai or even siege weapons to hide in and work efficiently. So that's probably a conscious call to attack from behind, since it is indeed an option. But the walls, of course, delaying everything. Overall economy should be well ahead for Stratioti here, and Red's strategy is Major Reed Champ. Yeah, maybe it doesn't have one shot anyway. It's just winging it. That's my kind of playstyle. I like players just doing whatever comes to mind, and potentially failing spectacularly at it. So, Daniomite with some Mangudai out now, 2 castles producing them. Very healthy economy leading into the Imperial Age as well, but now the Vietnamese base has been breached, and Lord Petrit with the Cuban's cavalry joining in. 30 cavaliers soon to 30 seconds until cavaliers is in, and there's already 20 knights out on the field. How many stables? 10 stables at least. Defensive castle protecting both their bases over here as well, and finally some walling off here from NBO to keep aggression from entering from that area as well. So, economy lead for Plebuchets here, in fact, but Stratioti, they have twice the military, they have the military strength as well, considering that Joy Puravida is stuck in the Castle Age here. Will relocate to the back of the base, scrambling up a defensive castle with no less than 38 villagers here in an effort to try and keep the gold safe and to get to some defensive here. And Applejack as well doesn't want the armies to sneak in from behind here, so going to scramble up another defensive castle here. The problem is that the Malay player has mobile cannons out, so these castles will not be staying up for long. And already Joey Pura Vida set back significantly here. Only 15 builders, mind you, but lost. So kudos to Joey Pura Vida for not losing more to these this aggression. But the military domination of Stratioti is scary here. Cubans also even getting Paladin here for the already the 29 Cavaliers out on the field. Did cease production to get there though, so that could be a misplay looking at the consistent production of Cavaliers and the overall army from Plebuchets here. Yeah, it's a big fight in the middle here. The Malay Arbalists really killing it here, though the Cuban's economy easily able to replenish numbers here. The Paladin upgrade might be worthwhile cancelling for now, actually, to just field more Cavaliers again. But looks like the Teutons player has taken similar losses as well, so maybe not the worst outcome there for Stratioti, regardless, because they will be getting that Paladin upgrade. Whereas Applejack doesn't quite have the gold to afford it yet unless he idles production. Mangodai number is increasing. Mangodai against Arbalists and Paladins though. Kind of fascinating that that castle foundation goes uncontested by the ranged units here, but they need to keep the elite Mangodai mass down as well, of course. Bottom side. Ooh, the Mongols castle is going down actually. Vikings dealing with the threat at the back of home base. Fortified walls are out as well, so now the Vikings fully boomed with the Arbalists are going to be moving out as well to join the efforts up north probably. So let's have a look at the KD here. Looks on the negative side for the Cubans. In fact, they know about with some ridiculous KD here so far. 90, 17, fantastic elite Mangodai micro here from the purple player. Really seeking revenge for the previous game. Me! No, 2 forward castles and a forward siege workshop for the Vikings here. They're in it to punish the Mongols at home base now, and the Mangodai will need to move home soon enough here with the pressure that Pyro is applying here. Trebuchets popping out, the siege workshop is up as well. Cav rams are in. You might even see siege rams. The castle! That Vikings free boom is ridiculous. You can just afford everything. Yeah, massive military domination now. Mangodai, elite Mangodai, they are at risk of going down. Their production still at large. 2 castles, 3 castles probably producing the elite Mangodai here. But you cannot afford to lose them indefinitely here as the Plebuchets eco still in a decent spot for everyone except Joey Pura Vida, who took some losses here. But now going for the counter attack at the back here as well. What was that? Oh, okay, the good old imp into GG for Plebuchets here. I guess it was the Mangodai numbers dwindling a bit and the overall power of military. I mean, the eco situation would still warrant to keep playing for Plebuchets here, but then the pressure being applied on the Mongols' home base here with the Mangala out of position. That is of huge concern for Plebuchets over here. Alright, let's have a look at the stats. Stratioti taking the 2-0. Malay semi-fast tip there. I don't know what plan Joy Puravida had here, but it didn't seem to work out for him. Significant army lead for Stratioti throughout the game here, and while the students have a better economy, you're struggling to keep up with the speed of movement of the Cumans. So Cumans can always usually dictate when and where to take the fights. Fast fuel into eco upgrades there, and a very respectable Gastage behind it as well. And arguably a somewhat fast in 24 minutes, definitely on the faster side. But with eco to back it, of course, to make arbalists and bombard cannons. Oh. Okay, maybe Applejack could have provided more build tree given the slight overboom here with the 5 TCs. Definitely remembering to spam that idle TC hotkey.